Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Virgo. If Virgo is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. And so our card tonight is the Six of Discs. And this has everything to do with success. All right, let's see what these tea leaves have to say tonight. And so we have, what do we have? What do we have going on here? Oh, and if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And it is free to subscribe. So I'm looking at this and I see, looks like we have, it looks like a dog to me, like some kind of, you can see kind of the body, the face here. It looks like it's kind of like a real busy dog, like it's moving around a lot. It has like head this way, head that way, moving back and forth, moving back and forth. I'm very excited. And I think, you know, this resonates with that Six of Discs. And I think, you know, there's just a real, it's like life seems very meaningful right now. You know, not just because it is going well or things are working out, but I feel like you are very connected with the divine. I feel like you're really in that kind of God space, that cosmic consciousness, little glimpses of it. And you can see in this card, now in the middle there is the rose, but there's the cross behind as well. And the kind of perfect balance of the elements, and with the rose opened is the mysteries being revealed, or a mystery being revealed, right? Secret things come to light. The veil is pulled and we see something so divine, right? Something that is awe-inspiring, that road to awe. And so, you know, I feel that there really is a sense of, being ecstatic, enjoying, you know, loving the way. I can imagine that, you know, there's a lighter feeling. Even when you wake up, you just feel, it feels nice to sit up and put your feet on the ground. You know, the sun coming up, or maybe it's already up, I don't know. Maybe it's still very dark. Whatever it looks like, but it's nice. It's nice to meet it. There's not a lot of melancholy and just, you know, the drudgery of having to start the day. And, you know, this alone is quite a blessing. When we find these little places of ease in our life where we can get a little excited about the mundane tasks before us, this is a real blessing. And so with the dog, this is really a lot of, when I see the dog, I see a lot of loyalty, right? Somebody who is very loyal, somebody who is very devoted, somebody who finds their own fun, that can really kind of go with the flow of things, feel the energies, but also not always have to get right in the mix, right? If you can imagine a room full of people doing things, maybe like a party or something, the dog is kind of laying there at the feet of somebody, getting their belly rubbed or taking a nap over, beneath the table or something, just enjoying, soaking in all of the good energies, but also in their own space, doing their own thing. And so I really feel like there's a sense of confidence and selfhood here for you, which makes sense as a Virgo, right? And I think that you just are, I can't get over this feeling of, it's really kind of like transcending. And it's funny, I look at this and it looks like a T right here, but transcending the lower mess of things. Okay, I can feel that you really have decided that you are going to kind of go about your business and not be too troubled by the things that are out of your control or the things that really are not of a greater consequence, which I know is not easy for us Virgos. We're really good at getting caught up in the details of things, and that's what trips us up more often than not. Now, I see a person standing here. It reminds me very much of the Hermit. We also have another dog here who is kind of at its feet. So I do think that there really is this time where you're going to be spending some time with yourself, going about your days and your hours, maybe a little more quietly. A lot of contemplation. That feels like it's really on the menu. Is a lot of contemplation, really considering what this next period of time is going to be like. Going over, some of those old things and really just figuring out, as things have changed, as things have shifted, where's your place in your own life? What does that look like? Where's this new balance going to be? And I look over here and we have, it looks like a square and it looks like a square. And I feel like the end of some projects or tasks, and we look to the saying of everything being squared away, right? Everything on the square. And so this really is the completion, right? The completion of a process. And so we have 1, 2, and I feel like this is something that is coming with the end of the year, going into the next year here. These things will be finished, and then you will have to really decide, what is the next big thing that I will be doing with myself? Where will I put my efforts? And I also see we have the illuminating candle, which makes sense that it goes with the Hermit. And as we know, the Hermit is very related to Virgo, of course. But we also have another illuminated candle down here. So when I see those, often I think, okay, this is going to be like a time of spiritual downloads. But it also can be that you are seeking out education, or for furthering your skill set, teaching yourself how to do things, going back to some kind of trade or taking classes to learn different kinds of trade, or just learning how to do things through maybe like community education, or which, by the way, is an amazing resource. If you've never, especially as an adult, taken a community education class, I really would recommend that if they offer them in wherever you live. This is not exactly like community college, but it is something where you go and there's all kinds of things like basic, learning how to cook or do yoga, or, I don't know, weave baskets, or I saw one in one of the cities close to where we live, learning tarot and, just different things. I mean, anything really. It just depends on who they, have teaching, really. But it's always fun to look through their catalogs and see what do they have and offer, and maybe taking up some of those evening classes or afternoon classes, and you never know. You can meet people there and start to find out, like, oh, hey, I really like this thing that I've been learning about. Maybe I will take more courses. Another good resource is online. A lot of really prominent schools will offer free, I forget what it's called. Well, anyways, they're free courses, and they're online. They're based online usually. And anyways, if you just look for those, there's all kinds of them. They have whole websites dedicated to kind of finding them and putting them in one place. But these are all really good options. Something that I think that I want to do is maybe have a math tutor. And I know I've learned that we can do that on, we can do that like on Zoom and stuff. So I think I'm going to do that so I can catch up or get caught up before my daughter gets old enough where she starts asking me to help her with her math, because I did not do well in math when I was in school. And so I think it's something that, it's always been a place that I felt was kind of a weaker spot for me. And I also just really wonder how it would change my experience of reality if I was more proficient in, these sacred languages of mathematics. So, there's so many things out there. And when I see the Hermit, I think, yeah, this is this is I like this, because it seems as though you're on a little trip into, learning new things about the world, learning new things about yourself, and really taking the time. Sometimes we feel pretty selfish about that. We have family, we have responsibilities. Who has the time to just do what they want? Some people, but for those of us who don't, you can feel a lot of guilt, and really it's so important that we do. It not only is it good for us just generally to have our own time and to pursue our own interests, it's quite literally important for your brain. Keep your brain, elastic and growing and sharp, right? You have to use it. You have to continue to learn stuff, or it atrophies. So, then we have the dog at the bottom again. Okay, so I feel like there is a real sense of kinship in all of this. And I feel like, a lot of it is that you are really being your own best friend and allowing yourself this time and opportunity to really kind of explore what you want. The thing about Virgos, I think often, is that we truly are people of service. I think a lot of us usually really excel in public-facing careers, things where we can interact with people. And even if you're like me, I'm very introverted and I like to be alone and, whatever. But I also... I under the pressure of being around people, I do pretty well. But I also think that, we sometimes we put a lot of ourselves into helping our families, our local communities, the people that we love, our chosen family, our friends groups, and our businesses, careers, and so on. And it doesn't always leave a lot for ourselves. And so sometimes we have to be a little selfish, or at least how we perceive it to be selfish, and put that time, because we would tell anybody else the same thing. I tell people that all day long. You got to do things for yourself. You have to, feed your soul, feed your heart, do the work that aligns you with spirit, right? Well, I need to heed my own advice, right? So, let's see, where are we at? Yes, we'll move over here. I'll tell you what, I think I'm fully in it. Like Paul has been sick, and I shout out to my husband over at Dove and Serpent Tarot. So I'm a little bit congested. I'm a little bit, I just feel like I'm on another planet, like underwater on another planet a little bit. So you'll have to bear with me. But I've been having some really intense dreams. So this morning I was dreaming so deeply. I felt like I was, fully immersed in a movie, and I carried it back over into my waking life with me. I could fully remember it. So that was, pretty interesting. One of the perks, I guess, of being a little sick. Okay, so we do have the square again. Down here in the anxiety, interestingly, we have a phallic symbol. So there is that sense of fertility. And I honestly, I'm going to be careful how I say this, but I feel like, and this I think has to do with creativity, okay, or inspiration, motivation here. Really, the anxiety really is around where to put this energy. And I think this is the thing, right? We get these little moments, we get brave, we become the hermit, we do the things we want to, we have the things laid out. Okay, I want to, study this, I want to go see this, I want to, get some intentional movement, I want to, whatever the other thing is, right? And it's hard to decide, what are we going to do first? How are we going to do this? How is it going to be managed with time and other responsibilities? What will be the one with the biggest payoff, that we get the most done in the time that we have? And by the time we're done thinking about all this, we've wasted a whole evening, right? And so I think that there's anxiety around this. So I think that, really, and this is just my little advice here, write it down, write the things down on a piece of paper, rip them off or whatever, put them in a hat and pick something out. Get rid of all of the weighing the pros and cons and figuring out the time and all that. Just pick it out and stick to it. Just do the thing. If it's little, if it's big, it doesn't matter. Just go ahead and try it. And I think that will be good. And so I also feel, there's just this sense of the squares. Oh, and I wanted to talk about, this one also looks like a fish. Okay, and then we have another fish here. First, let's talk about the fish, because I just thought of that as I was about to turn this over. So we do have, with the fish, an abundance of resources coming in. Okay, so I think that this is part of where also the anxiety is coming for you. I think you're doing well with money, or at least resources of some kind in the physical world. I feel like you are really worried about pulling yourself away from it to put your attention into other things. You want to put everything into where you are making money or resources or whatever it is. But I do think that this desire to do something else, to learn, to, further your education, to get out, to go see some things, whatever. I think that really this is a calling to let you know that you need to balance this stuff out, because you're going to get burnt out. If you put all of your, even if you're doing amazing, you're making tons of money, you have to balance it out. You have to do some things that are fun for you. You have to do some things that feel passionate for you. Okay, or this other stuff is just you're gonna end up resenting it. Okay, let's see. We're gonna do our affirmation card real quick. And it's the Happier Me affirmation cards. I'm just gonna go ahead and flip through here till it feels right. And it says, believe, receive, achieve. I like that already. I'm with it. Whenever you want to accomplish something, believe in yourself first and then let things unfold. There we go. These cards told you. They told you I was right. No, but it does. I like that it punctuates the reading a little bit there. Okay, Virgo, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such a privilege and honor to be able to spend this time with you and to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And it is free to subscribe. Other than that, if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I would love to hear from you. You know, I adore each one of you so much. And Happy New Year. Please be safe. Take care of yourself and take care of those who are around you. We have to watch out for each other, you know, especially during these like really festive times. So yeah, we'll talk soon, and I love you, and I'm going to go to bed now. All right. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.